This video, I'm going to show you the best defense in college football 26, and this is just kind of what you want to be doing right now. I think it's the most consistent, the most effective way to be playing defense, and it's also, ironically, one of the best ways that you can get better at defense before Madden comes out. So what you're going to want to do, this is in pretty much every single playbook in the game, is you want to be in dime rush. I'm going to give you two versions of it, but dime rush or nickel single mug, nickel single mug. So Dom Rush is really the main one. And basically, what you're going to do is you're going to come out in this cover four quarters. And all you have to do to set this up is you are literally just going to hold the button. And you're going to see here that if I hold triangle, it's going to bring up the stunt menu. I'm going to select Texas four-man stunt. The only adjustment I'm going to make on my defense is I'm going to shade underneath, and then you are free to make any other adjustment that you want. You have to shade underneath or your match coverage will match. So if you want to run match, you don't shade underneath. But if you don't want to run match, you do shade underneath. And here's the thing about this. The reason this is so good is that this stunt is going to, every now and then, it will come in. It doesn't come in 100% clean every single rip, but every now and then, this stunt will come in completely free. It also is something that you can set up in your play call menu. And also, it is really good because it's going to put your opponent on a timer. It's what we call a timer blitz, basically. So we're not trying to get instant pressure. We're just trying to get a little bit of pressure. And you see that within about 2 to 3 seconds, we're gonna get home. Now, the best way to block this stunt is to block a running back or a tight end, and people are going to want to do that because you're only sending four people. Now, you are also free to adjust your coverage behind it, and this is what being a good defensive player is going to mean: making good adjustments. So, shading underneath, maybe creating a cover two on one side. What's also really nice about the dime rush is that it's a symmetrical formation, and so it is optimized for switch sticking. Okay, you want to read the routes on the field, and this is what you need to do to get better for Madden. You need to be switch sticking. So, for example, if I get a combo like this, all right, I'm going to switch stick here and try to go take the post. So get better at switch sticking. But this is by far and away the best way to be playing defense right now, because it optimizes for switch stick, and you can adjust your defense easily. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't really want to make adjustments and you want to put controller down defense, then just leave the cover four quarters. This is a very good defense. You can just use her in the middle of the field. You don't really have to switch stick too much, and you're going to handle the majority of things they want to run. The other way you could do this is you could come out in a two-man under or a cover one hole. Now, the reason I like two man under in this game is I feel like the shade of two man under, it really does a good job. So cover two man, and then again we're going to hold the button. We're going to pick Texas four man stunt. Remember, the best way for them to block it, you want to make sure you're pressing. But the best way for them to block the blitz is for them to block the running back. If they send the running back out, you just have to cover the running back here, right? And we'll just cover the running back like that. Or if you don't want to cover the running back, what you can also do is you could turn this into a three-man rush by manning up the defensive end on the running back side onto the running back, and this is now a three-man rush. And this is still going to shed. It's still going to get pressure. It's not going to be as good as you see. Now, if you're going to do this, here's one big tip. Here's one huge tip for you: man up that running back and then blitz your user, because you're not going to be switch sticking in a man coverage based defense. This will improve the sheds, and you'll see that I'm going to shed significantly faster. And I still have a slight chance that this will come in. Okay, I still have a slight chance. It's more than likely not going to come in because we're only sending three now, but I do have a slight chance. So make sure that you are blitzing your running back. Now, for this one, because we're blitzing off this side, we can also just run the left Texas two-man stunt here and kind of call the play like this. But please make sure that you are blitzing your linebacker if you're going to do this. If you're not going to blitz your linebacker, then what I would honestly do is, if the running back goes on a route, I would just switch stick onto a deep half. The main reason those deep halves are there are really just to prevent any kind of deep streak And the biggest thing with this, guys, is most people are going to run a streak on one side of the field. So, like in this case, I'm running it to the left, so I would just switch stick to the safety or I'm running the streak on the right, so I would just switch stick to the safety on the left. Now, if you don't have dime rush, you can pretty much do this out of any four down lineman set. But chances are, if you don't have dime rush, you're probably going to have this nickel 2-4 single mug. And this one is also really good. What I find with these stunts is they're really, really good if your D line is these linebackers, they have their hand off the ball, just like this, and you can just use her whoever. And as you see again, we're just going to get that nice four down lineman stunt, and then we're just going to build around this. Man, this is by far and away the easiest defense to run ever, and it really just is all about switch stick. You want to switch stick, and you want to try to cover stuff, and the switch stick, really all we're looking at here is, where's the holes, and I can switch stick multiple times. So I'll do another tip video where we actually talk about some tutorials for switch sticking, but basically you just flick the right stick and you're just trying to predict, where the ball, really what you're trying to do is you're trying to read and react to the routes. Like for example, if we get this, wide sail play, we know we got to carry this corner with that guy. And we're giving the thing about switch stick that makes it really good, in my opinion, is if you switch stick properly, you're not going to give up a ton of huge plays. You're gonna force them to have to work up and down the field, which is huge in this game. So we can also do this. This is also why I like cover four for this, because now I can just use the safeties, right? So we can just switch stick with the safeties really easily. The other thing about this, real quick, is if you do want to run this defense, another big tip I have for you is in your coach adjustments, put your safety depth on close, your width on pinch, and if you're going to run zone, disable this defensive motion response. Especially if you're in dime rush, I would even just turn auto flip off altogether. And this just makes this so dang good, because now you have you just have the same look every single time. Like this is just what it looks like. You know what I mean? And I think that's super good, because they're gonna have on a heck of a time doing that. And again, you've got to be, the way this works best is if you are switch sticking out of it. You have to switch stick out of it. If you are someone that doesn't want to switch stick, I showed you the main coverage option, or you want to hop into double mug. But this is really, really good if you are willing to put the time in and actually devote to learning how to switch stick, because it is by far and away the best way to get stops in this game.